So indica, sativa, or hybrid?
Everything, man. I just want to smoke everything.
Yeah.
Ben here, and welcome to the podcast where we talk all things growing and smoking that beautiful herb that elevates our mind, body, and soul. This is Fog and Grow.
Welcome back to Fog and Grow. Today we have with us Basement Autoflowers. Grower Joe, welcome to the show, my friend.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me on. We got
Grower
Natty in the house,
Joe in the
NorCal, man.
building.
Nice to be here, guys.
Look at the pause.
Hell
Look
yeah.
at the pause.
Love it. First guest, so we're super excited to kind of, be able to bring some people on from the community and just kind of learn more about them. And so I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, freaking right, man. I love what you guys are doing. I love your TikToks too, man. Like, I'm in that creative mode, so I love seeing what you're doing too. Natty, you're killing it too. NorCal, I've never met you before, man.
I haven't been doing
This is the first.
shit.
First time I met you, man. I'm loving the
Yeah.
fucking hat.
Really?
Loving the hat, man. Loving
Oh,
the
thank
hat.
you. We got that
look
from our
at-
contest win. So
Hell yeah. You guys totally synced that up. You're lying.
no,
know.
I had a feeling
first-
because I know he's a fast buzz guy. So I threw
there
the
we
hat
go.
on.
There we go.
show
All
some
right.
love.
Well, hey, I wanted to just run through like some quick fire questions. You can say so I'm going to give you a couple options. You can pick one or you can say both or whatever. So we'll just roll with
I
it.
actually like this part of it. I seen this.
Hey.
I like
nice.
this. I like this. Yeah.
Fire
Cool.
it up.
All right. You ready?
Let's go.
All right. So indica, sativa, or hybrid?
Everything, man. I just want to smoke everything.
Yeah.
Every day. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Poll.
Let's.
Who said that? Oh,
Who did that?
7 or 8?
cut that out. Cut this out.
Photos or autos?
Man, it was always autos, man. Basement autoflowers, but we've been dabbling with photo periods, and it's gonna be tough to be just doing autos from here on out, man.
it up.
Photos
Cool.
are in the room, man. Stay tuned for it for sure.
Yeah, we'll definitely dive into those a little later. Synthetic or organic nutrients?
I love organic, man, because of the flavor, but I hate the fucking smell. Like, I don't know how you guys are dealing with organic and that smell. So it's synthetic mostly. But this run here, we're dabbling in Gaia Green, as you can see behind me here.
Good.
Hell yeah, awesome. Soil, soilless, or hydro?
Man, I use cheap Pro Mix BX every single time, man. Soilless medium. It's cheap, affordable. You can get it at any hardware store, any garden store, man. I'm a cheap guy, man, and I want good weed. So I just keep it simple, man, and get good genetics. That's the way I've been rocking it.
Awesome, cool. Are you into popping seeds or planting clones?
Popping seeds, man. But some of these plants that I've been finding, man, I've got some fire in that room. So we've got a mother room on the go now. So clones are coming.
Ooh.
Nice. So indoor or outdoor? I'm guessing indoor.
Indoor, man. But this year I actually planted 4 secret plants out back and
All right.
haven't touched them, man. And they're like 6 feet tall already. So as long as they make it, you'll get a full seed to harvest on those too. Which
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Awesome. Flower or dabs? I'm sorry, smoking or edibles?
Edibles, no way, man. Edibles like just zombie me, man. Like I'm like fucking dead on edibles. Smoking.
Yeah.
Dabs are like those are like the crystal meth of cannabis, man, as far as I'm concerned. Like they make me clean the damn house, right? So but we'll dabble in those dabs. every
All
now and then.
right. Cool. So you're more of a flower guy then?
Love flower, man. Flower
Yeah.
through and through.
Joints, bong rips. What are we working with? A little bit of everything.
Cheers to the dirty bong rips, man. I
Cheers
wish
to
we
the
could
dirty
clean the
bong
more
rips.
often. Like if I ever get rich, there's gonna be someone to clean my bong, or at least
Isn't
buy a
there
new
a-
bong all the time, man. I hate
Isn't there
You're
a
gonna be
sink
like,
behind you?
Huh?
So isn't there a
Dude, it's too
sink
much.
behind you right now?
Yeah, but it's got like a bunch of shit in it from when I go live. I just toss stuff back there.
That's the.
Nice.
All right, I got you.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're gonna be like Snoop Dogg, how he has like someone to roll his own joints from, but you're gonna have someone to clean your own bong.
Hey, listen, if I'm in the same conversation as Snoop Dogg someday, that would be amazing. But I don't know
Hey.
if we're ever gonna get there.
It just
You
happened.
never know. Cool. Well, hey, let's start hopping into it. So tell us a little bit about the first time you ever smoked. Did you get high? Did you not get high? Like, do you have some crazy experience? What was your first time meeting the plant like?
Man, my
the
brother
plan.
introduced me to it. My brother was in high school. He was in grade 11. I was in grade 9. And I remember how high I got, man. Like, I thought I wasn't coming back. Like, I was gone. Like, so high, the big boy big stage. where I literally didn't understand what was happening to my body. I mean, I'm moving, I'm swaying, I can feel every single sensation in my whole body. It scared me from it, man. I didn't actually smoke it again until grade 12. And I can
Okay.
understand like smoking at a young age like that can really mess you up. You guys have similar experiences? Like, are you guys get that trip out when you first started, or were you kind of smooth sailing?
Dude, so come to find out, I literally just found this out like a month ago, probably. First time I ever smoked, I was like 13, 14, something like that. Got some weed from the neighbor, smoked with the neighbor, and like had some crazy experience where like I felt like, well, my neighbor, we smoked out of an apple, and he was like, we were in a camper in his backyard. He was like running or doing circles around the camper, pretending like he was an airplane. I was in the camper on one of the beds, and I felt like there was a black hole on the top of my head, and everything was just getting sucked inside of it. Come to find out, that was laced with PCP. I don't know if I believe it or not, but that's what I was told.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was like, dude, that you were not. I'm sorry, you're not smoking weed there at that point.
Yeah, that's
Right?
PCP. That's
Right?
PCP.
That was common around our area.
That's
PCP or
PCP.
speed. So
See, I thought that was
That's
just messed up
it.
when my parents are like, be careful, people are going to be lacing your drugs. I'm like, what drug dealer out there is going to spend extra money to sell drugs that are already doing things to people? Like, these guys
That
were
is
looking
exactly what I said.
sales guys, man. They were just sales
Yeah,
guys.
it makes no sense from like a business perspective to throw in something else and then not charge more. It's like,
Right.
come on, what are you doing?
you got something that's
Tell
highly addictive and something that's not. So
That's
Mm,
true. I
yeah.
would agree that weed is a little bit addictive, man. I mean, I think I'm addicted to it. I mean, I enjoy it. I mean, just because it's not a drug, I don't use that word addiction. I use it as like medical or medicine. But that's just to make me feel better, man. But at the end of the day, I use this on a regular basis. So, I mean, I guess you could say I'm addicted to it, but I'm just addicted to feeling level headed, man, and feeling myself. So
It's
that's kind
definitely
of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
habitual. I think would probably be a better word. More like habitual. You know what I mean? It's
exactly.
Yeah, I think s- I've heard like a TED talk where someone was talking about addiction, and it was essentially an emphasis on it has to have a negative impact on your life, your
Yep.
relationships, and stuff like that. So, like, if it's helping you have like better achieve those, then I don't think you can kind of classify it as an
got a
addiction.
yeah, man,
negative effect on my fridge. That's about it.
I'm definitely addicted to chocolate chip cookies, and guys, because I will demolish a box of those.
There you go.
Ooh, Chips Ahoy are in trouble.
Yeah.
Cool.
There you go. Chips
So
Ahoy or Oreo.
so you had that first time smoking, you got super baked, and you stayed away from it for about 3 years. Since then, like when did you got back into it in 12th grade? Was it then kind of like consistent from there, or did you kind of have some more breaks in
Yeah,
between?
grade 12 was kind of like that was when I was just dabbling on the weekends or when we had some
Yeah.
cash to buy it. I mean, back then, allegedly, we were buying it obviously on the black market for like you buy a 10 bag and hide it from your parents. And I mean, that would last you a while, right? I had a little tiny pipe that I picked up at the local shop, and I'd be doing little
Allegedly.
tiny pipe rips and never really alone though, mostly just with buddies to like have a good time or elevate that mood of the party. But
Yeah.
drinking was really a major thing for me, man, until I pretty much had kids. When I had kids, me and my wife were always home, and that was kind of how we would like bring ourselves back up and get the energy to kind of just hang out and have a good time. And then it became just a normal daily occurrence, and made me get more creative, find my passion, and learn how to grow this plant.
Nice. Okay, so I mean, I was going to bring it up later, but I feel like this could be a good segue then. So is that how you kind of got into content and like making, getting like what you said your passion is I mean, you've been making, first of all, you have like close to 1,500 posts on your page now, which is insane. And
Over.
like your content is like fucking dope too. So like have you like is content passion your growing passion, maybe both, like because you're definitely good at the
I
content.
didn't even know that the content was really my passion. I've done it for a long time. I worked in the car industry, and I would always like make videos and be like, "Hey, check out this 2002 Civic, blah 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 blah," and walk
Civ
around the car.
life.
And I would post that stuff, right? And I didn't even realize what I was doing, but I would actually gain customers from that, and people would recognize me. And so when they came into the dealership, they would just feel familiar with me because I was on this platform, just being authentic. So the content was kind of there, but it's kind of subtle. I didn't really think it was a thing. And then I started growing cannabis and found this cool community that you guys are all part of, and everybody on here showing their grows. And at the time, no one was really showing their face. It was just kind of like they had ski mask on, or they were just showing the plants.
There was like
And my
3
point
of
was,
us, but
I'm a regular dude, man, and I feel like a fucking criminal sometimes when I'm smoking this plant, and it pushes people away out of your life sometimes. And I wanted to show my face because I'm a professional. I'm a pretty easygoing, cool guy, and if I'm a normal dude that smokes this on a regular basis, has a full-time job and a family and a wife and kids and all that good stuff, then anybody really can be normal and smoke this, right? I want to make it normal.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And so actually, I was looking like way back. So your very first post was September 25th, 2019. So that's coming up on 3 years,
My
essentially.
birthday, bro.
Is that your birthday?
Was it really?
Yeah, that's my fucking birthday.
Hey.
That's dope. What an anniversary we get to
I
celebrate.
knew it was your birthday, buddy. I just had to tell you that was for your birthday, man.
It's you and me. That's the greatest
That's
gift you
awesome.
ever could have given me because I get to rewatch it every year now. Amazing.
I didn't know it was years
Right?
ago, man. That's wild, Ben. That's pretty cool.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and so I actually saw a post that you did cover your face. I didn't go too far forward, but you one of the first times of you kind of showing your not full body, I think it was like essentially like waist up kind of thing, but you did have your face covered. So I was going to ask you like what made you change and want to show your face? And I think you kind of explained it. It was like trying to normalize it a little more and just be like, "Hey, I'm a normal guy doing my normal thing, having a job, kids, all that kind of thing, and I can still smoke and like be a regular human being." So was that kind of the whole
Yeah, man. It was
thing behind
just like a lot of people would like message me, man, and like we were talking about showing our faces. There was a few of us in the early stages that I was communicating with. They're not on here anymore, unfortunately. Lost their accounts and just kind of never came back.
Yeah.
But I just said like, I've got to take a shot here, man. I feel like I've got something unique. I feel like I've got a good personality that if I can stand up for this plant and be a good voice for it, then maybe other people are going to come out and at least start growing, or maybe tell their wife that they smoke it, or their uncle or their aunt, and that might change something. That might open up something
Yeah.
else or help somebody. And I just said, you know what? I might lose my job over this. I might lose some friends, some family members. But I'm rolling the dice, man. I'm 37 years old. I never fucking expected to be making content. And I'm making it now, and I'm fully committed, and I'm doing it to just try to shine some light on this, man. Shine some light on this.
Yeah.
fucking plant.
Have you gotten any like since making the Instagram and getting yourself out there like that? Have you gotten kind of that positive feedback from the community of people kind of opening up and wanting to like essentially see you as an example of like, hey, if he can do it, why the hell can't I?
Tons of it, man. Like it's
Yeah, exactly.
unbelievable, man. Just like the hearts that you touch, first off, which is wild to really think that some fucking old man that's growing weed in a basement can literally like make somebody's day with either laughter or just helping them in their garden, man. Like I try to answer all my DMs. I'm running out of time now because like I have relationships in there now with people, and some of them are going to have to obviously fade away a bit. There'll still be relationships, but I won't be able to touch on the daily, and I won't be able to talk every single minute because I've got to go for this, right? I've got to try to push this as much as I can because at any day my work could find this page and terminate me, and then I'm really screwed. So I'm going as hard as I can, trying to communicate with companies so we can build this page, so we can make this hopefully a full-time gig.
I was just going to say that, yeah, it's becoming more and more a thing. And especially I feel like since COVID, people are now just, the whole work from home thing. And then also just like, creators are starting to be able to get paid. It's way more common. So like the likelihood of that, and especially because you already have like a good size account too. So I'd be surprised if you haven't really already gotten a few offers at least to do something.
Yeah, man, I talk pretty openly with it, man. I'm definitely getting paid by companies to do things.
Good.
I'm not getting paid to use their product. They're paying me because they see something in me and they understand that we have a true connection to the community and that we're going to get to good people and we're going to help people out with good products. I get a lot of products sent to me. A lot of them don't make it on the channel. We just set up a brand new grow tent and brand new grow light and already set it up, recorded the full unboxing and everything. We're sending it back, man. We're not using it. I don't like it. I don't like the quality, and it's a lower grade quality, and I can't be associated with that. So the brands that are paying me are brands that I've dealt with from day one. They've always been a part of my garden, and they've taken input from us, input from the community, and I think they really care about the community. So until the day that they prove me wrong, I'm going to support them, and they're going to support me and help me try to grow as a channel and as a community together, which is pretty cool.
Good.
Hell yeah. Do y'all feel like it's some kind of feeling that I've gotten from talking to quite a few people is like it's hard to come by companies that actually give a shit. And like most of them feel like they're just in it for the money and they don't really give a shit about the community or really like making their products better or really anything like that. Do you guys feel like that is kind of a general kind of consensus? Or I mean, sounds like there's definitely some good companies out there, which is good to hear. But yeah, do you guys feel like that is kind of hard to come by?
Go ahead, boys.
Oh, it just seems like I found a few that are like that, where they've sent the products and same deal. We get them, test them, and I just kind of let them go to the side, and we just don't talk about them and don't show them because it's just not something that I think anybody else needs to be using. But then you find those companies where it's like, you guys just gave me the best stuff I've ever seen, and they continue to help out, and it's because they're wanting people to be able to produce the best, and that's the kind of people I like to stand behind.
Hell yeah.
Natty,
you're all the way off on the island, so I'm sure no one tries to fuck with you.
Yeah. Like, you got to be pretty serious if you want to work with me. Like, because like first I'd like to touch on something. Is like, this is why I love Grower Joe so goddamn much. It's because like there's a level of honesty and professionalism that he carries himself with, but also the companies he works with, and that's how I want to look at it too. Is like, if I want that company that I'm going to like represent, and the people that are going to watch my page or my videos, they're going to come to that and they want to like, they might take that advice or they might go see these companies. I want to make sure that company not only has a very good product, but they have very good people that stand behind that product. And I have a good relationship with them. If you could have an amazing product, but your fucking professionalisms and your manners are dog shit, then that's it. Like, you're cut off. Like, we're not working with you. You had to be a good person and a good company and be a part of this. So like, there's this weird, I don't know if it's like a double-edged sword or something, because like there's a lot of companies that do that. They got cheap shit. They just want to like get on your page, promote some stuff, just get it the fuck out there, make money off you, make money off your page. Doesn't matter if you're small page, large page, or whatever. There's some of us that like see that shit, but there's also a lot of people that just sell their soul for a light or whatever they could get their hands on, right? So it is kind of, it is getting played on both sides. There are influencers as well that just like get something and immediately start promoting it. There is no testing.
Yep.
There's literally like an unboxing, a discount code, and hey, fucking buy this.
Yeah.
So yeah, right? It's the best thing on earth.
But that's why, like, I feel like I'm a good read of people. So that's like, that's why I like guys like Joe who are pushing for it, but they're not pushing for it so he could go and just get all the money from everybody. It's just like, I want to do this because I fucking love it. I'm really good at it. And there's companies that want to stand behind me because I could stand behind them. You know what I mean? Like, that's to me, that's that level of professionalism and that the genuineness to it. It's just, yeah. Right, that's what we're looking for, and I think that's what we need a lot more of. And there is definitely companies out there, but yeah, both ways.
Yeah, I feel like those are the companies that are going to survive. Are the ones that are a little more genuine, authentic, have the good products, and just kind of the good, well-rounded. And the ones that do try to do that kind of fast marketing, just get their shit product out there and whatnot, they're going to die off.
Yeah, not there's the usual suspects, right? That'll like slide in your DMs and give you the cheapest stuff as fast as possible. But for some people, that helps them. That helps them get started as well. And so,
the problem too is like these companies will give a light to anybody and everybody, right? So everybody's a cannabis content creator right now. If you grow weed at all, right? Even if you have a little
100 followers to
one of the problems
100,000.
I think it's great that they get a free light and things like that, but they're selling their soul, like Natty says. And I could definitely get paid tomorrow by more companies and get pretty darn close to going full time tomorrow. 100%. And if I monetize my page and I monetize my community and I start paying for memberships and all this bullshit that some of these creators are doing, I'm not doing that. My community is not here to be monetized. Companies that are going to be on my page are going to be the people that are monetized. And the only way they're going to be on my page is if they represent me well enough to be on my page. And I'll shout them out right now. AC Infinity has backed me from day one, and AC Infinity cares about the home grower. They changed their tents. They changed their controllers. They changed everything to try to help us have the same growing capabilities as an actual growing facility, which that's why I love them.
Right? Willing to take notes and actually like improve upon that, right? Listen to the community. That's amazing. Like that's hard to find. And that's, well, I hate to be biased, but that's why I like Petra so much too, right? Something breaks, they're like, oh, okay, well, I'll send you a new piece, but we're also going to go back and be like, why did that break? Right?
Yeah, we definitely have a lot of work to do, but I mean, because like the fogger, for example, right there, like that was never designed for cannabis. That was designed for like spraying disinfectants and whatnot. And then some grower just found it, and they're like, "Hey, this is great for growing," and it
As we
spread. And
do.
next thing we know, we're right. Next thing we know, we have like we're kind of in the cannabis community a little bit, and then we get this complaint of like, "Hey, this is so powerful for my tent," and um, then for someone in the community, Woodshed 13, shout out to that guy. He then like took it upon himself to design and 3D print like a nozzle that fixes that issue. And then we worked with him and got that design, and now we're working on like making it even better,
Hey,
essentially.
man.
And
I thought that was so
right.
cool how you addressed that too, man. Like you showed your flaw. Like you literally were like, this doesn't work for this. We're gonna fix it. Like that's what we need to do in this community. Because like if I had $30,000 right now, I could start a nutrient line. I could start a tent company, a light company, anything, right? And that's
Sure.
we're all doing that, right? That's fine. That's the way businesses start. But it's how you conduct yourself throughout that business and how you make your products better and better. AC Infinity, did they start from China the same as all these other companies? 100%. But are they getting better and better and better?
Oh, man.
100% they are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the mindset that we all need to have, like all these different companies, is like we should like our number one goal should be trying to make our products better for the community. Like if that
I
should
feel
be
like
it,
99% of the people are like, this industry is not saturated yet. We want to get in. There's money to be made. Let's get in quick. Let's get on all these guys' pages. Let's send them all this shit for free. Give them discount codes and pay them 10%. And we're gonna make $200,000 a year. $200,000 for a small company that he's used to making 30 grand a year. He's balling now.
Right.
Then he pops up
Yeah.
another fucking company. You know, he's got 8 companies that he's not running properly. DMs aren't getting answered. Fucking returns aren't being answered. And it makes them look like a joke, man. And that's where it's headed. If all
Sure.
of us as creators allow these people in our fucking grow rooms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting because like it's like the cannabis community industry to a certain extent is oversaturated, but it's like it's undersaturated with like
Quality.
good quality. Yeah, with quality. I mean, quality products. I mean, and then I feel like also like quality cannabis as well when it comes to like I mean, I'm sure you've bought in well actually I don't know how long you've been growing for, and cannabis was legal in Canada in 2018.
I've been growing for
So
almost 5 years.
I got some legal shit right here.
Okay.
I'm actually
Is
out of
it-
my
yeah,
flowers.
and, like,
I got
I'm-
some legal stuff right here. That's what I just smoked on it. That didn't have the
Okay.
best terps, and the smoke was unappealing.
Yeah, and like Tim, I know that's why you got into it, and it's just like so many people get into it because it's hard to find like quality, essentially.
Oh, you can find quality. It just costs.
Yeah, that's the other thing. The costs are like outrageous, and this is like kind of the weird thing about Canada is they wanted to do all this so they could kind of compete with the black market and get it out of the hands of children and all this bullshit that they were trying to get on with, and then like the quality on the black market right now is still fucking outstanding for cheaper, right? Like they.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was the most frustrating thing. That like now I could go and like I can get a package, this big old package of shit, and all that came out of there was this container of hashish, right? So like I got all this fucking waste for 2 grams of hash, which was just under $40. Not too bad.
Plus it in a bag
But like,
make me feel dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, right. So just slide it in my palm. Just give me this, just right in my palm. Just kind of no eye contact.
old school.
But,
when I thought they were lying about the names, like when they called it Baba Kush, and then another guy called it like Baba Pink Kush, I'm like, whoa, someone's lying here, man. This guy's just adding this name in to make his weed sound good. Until I was actually like older and realized, hey man, there's different strains and shit here. Because when I was younger, man, I was just getting high as just a young stupid kid, right, buying it off dealers around town.
Yeah.
That's a question. I got a question for you. What was it per gram for you when you started?
I think it was like
what kind of prices were you guys?
I think it was
$5
a gram.
Fuck. Fucking mainlanders, man.
Yeah, man. But you could buy like it depends what you bought too. Like if you bought like bag weed, which was like in Sobeys bags, that shit was just like
Oh
real
god.
larfy, like shit weed. You could get that for like
True.
you get like a Sobeys bag for like $250 full. Like make edibles and oils and things like that, or just like
Okay.
buckets all day with your buddies. Like those are the good old days.
Jeez.
Buckets. Yeah, yeah.
Buckets.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So let's get back a little bit to you, to just what you enjoy smoking. So like, yeah, what's your favorite strain nowadays? Are you kind of the whole like sativa during the day, indica at night kind of thing, or what's like
Yeah, man,
what's your
I'm a
thing?
sativa dominant mostly. I mean, it's hard to get a true sativa nowadays, as you guys know, but I'm trying to get as close to
Sure.
a sativa as I possibly can. I do have a couple indicas here that they kind of hit a bit different. I find if you chop them at full cloudy, no amber, chop them right then, you're getting that pure effect, and
Mhm.
those get a bit racy and then die down. I really enjoy those too, right? Like the rocket ship go to
Mm.
sleep. So I like to get on top of those, but mostly, man, it's just puffing whatever I'm growing. Right now, I'm trying to kind of get into some genetics that are interesting or hot topics on Instagram and YouTube so that I can document the whole grow and put together a full seed of harvest on some of these genetics that people are trying to grow.
Nice. What
Yeah,
you
man.
want to talk about some of those? Like what's
So
some interesting stuff
the
going
one
on
that
right now
kind of
that
has
you
been the
got going?
most interesting is this fella Copycat Genetics, man. He is quite the character. This guy is he's a villain that grows weed, man, and he plays the villain. I think it's almost part of his plan, man. I think it's almost part of his gimmick. So we've got a few of his strains. We've got some
Mm.
Cult Classic, which a lot of these big bangers over on Shark Mouse's page on Instagram. I think Natty might have dabbled in these a bit as well. Then we've got
Nope.
some Robin Hood seeds, some ethogenetics, and some in-house genetics. So these are a lot of the exotic breeders that are on Instagram and that are all part of this like a lot of drama, man, in the breeding game. So
Ooh,
honestly,
buddy.
I'm being like a high
Right?
school student
Never.
and diving in there and getting in the mix, seeing what this is all about.
Hell yeah.
It's yeah,
Nice, nice. As
tumultuous place.
There's
The
lots of
breeder
controversy.
landscape.
People
right?
speaking about
Yeah.
terms and people speaking about just straight male plants, and so there's all kinds of controversy, man, and it's kind of fun to just be in the middle of it,
Yeah.
trying it out for the first time.
Right? It's not your controversy, so
Yeah,
you're just like, you just get to observe it.
I want to stay. Yeah, I want to stay Switzerland in all this. You know.
Neutral.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so going back to smoking one more time, what's
I like those
what terp
berry, fruity
profiles
flavors,
are
man.
you enjoying?
Lemon would be my least favorite, and for some reason, I got like the craziest lemon terpene here right now with this Crabellus
course.
Glenburn seeds, and it
Uh-huh.
almost like it's so lemony that it almost burns your nostrils a bit. But like those berries, fruities, man, oranges. If I can find something that's orange, that's what we're searching for right
Ooh.
now in a few of these tangerine strains. So
Nice.
I'm looking for those just unique strains that you really never had a chance to dabble in as a young kid, right? A lot of the people were putting out the gas and putting out those terps
Yeah.
around here, and I never really got to taste that flavor. So that's what I'm kind of chasing now.
I like that.
Cool,
I
cool,
like
cool,
that.
cool. Hell yeah.
Making up for lost time.
Make up.
Yeah, I like that. Got a lot of smoking to
Dude,
do. Long way to go. Long
I've
way
got
to
an
go.
orange cookies mac here that I got a few clones going, man. We'll have to we can get some of that your way.
Yeah, man.
You might like that one. That one's orangey. That's it's like
So I got some of those, the orange turbo.
Orange turbo.
That's supposed to be the French. Yeah, it's like Frenchie's. It was
Oh,
his
no
favorite
way.
washing plant. So
So
we're
it's
gonna be
gonna be
growing some of those.
progressive.
Yeah. So they had a big old thing going on. I guess they're gonna be a special, part to their hash porn contest that they're doing again this year or next year. So it's just a special section just for that. So we're gonna try to
Hell
get in on that
yeah.
one.
Oh yeah, you have to keep us
Hell yeah.
posted on that.
Orange for
Definitely,
everybody.
definitely. So you've been growing for about 5 years now, and you started out with autos. You said in the beginning that you're starting to get into some photos. So like, what's
It
that
all
all
goes
about?
back to this
Why the switch?
controversy, man. I've been growing autos for a while, man, and I kind of like if you see my page, you can tell kind of how I hit a plateau and kind of just went even grows, man. They were all getting about the same size, consistency. I was really kind of dialing it in. And a lot of these people that are on these platforms
Mm.
are growing photo periods. And I felt like I was missing out. So I had to dabble in it. And I ran this copycat genetics Oreo big stuff. And you can see the full footage right over on my YouTube. And this flower was absolutely ridiculous. The flavor's phenomenal. The smoke's phenomenal. The high's phenomenal.
Shit look
The only thing that's
crazy.
bad about it, man, is this controversy, but it's also good, right? Because now I'm in this kind of different side of Instagram that I wasn't aware of. I've never dabbled in photos. But there's something about
Sure.
catching that perfect terp, man, that you love and just being able to recreate it and make it better and better and then possibly breed that with something else. So we're in the early stage, man. We're 5 years in. I'm just walking. I just stopped crawling. We're just walking, right? So
For sure,
eventually we're
right?
going to be doing hopefully a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I literally just came out of the womb. I got my lady's my first run in flower right now. Yeah. So what is it about autos though that kind of attracted you so much? Is it just like kind of
I was scared, man, to grow.
quick
Like I
turnaround
was
kind of
just
thing?
like, can I do this? I don't necessarily have the money to do it because I was buying it at the time. So it's either let's quit smoking this altogether and try to grow it, maybe not get good stuff. So I had to do both. So I said, okay, let's budget this cheapest way possible. And the light cycle, when I started reading about flipping this light cycle, it honestly scared the shit out of me. I don't know why. But as a new grower, I'm like, what do you mean, man? Like, I got to play Mother Nature here and do something that's so complicated. Like, I thought it was super complicated. I got to get
I am a
timers
god.
and all the timers. Like, at the time, the timers are those fucked up Christmas timers that, like, I don't know who knows how to organize those and set them, but I'm like, they make me feel like the Chinese, right? So I just said, I seen these autos from Seed to Stoned on YouTube, and he's doing autos. So I'm like, oh, what's this, man? You can just run them all day. And so I did it, man. I started with $100 light, a cheap $99 tent, no filtration system whatsoever at that point. Then I got a carbon filter and a 4-inch fan. Then I got a little humidifier that I got off Facebook. And then I started like producing a little bit. I'd get like
Nice.
maybe like an ounce off the plant and it would be like a little bit larvae. And then I'd do some more research and like get a new light, get a better light. So we just kept growing and growing, man. The autos were like, they were just my ticket in. I had the info online with from Seed to Stoned and it was a little bit cheaper.
Okay, nice. That's awesome. So are you rocking like you're all indoor? You said you have those few outdoor, but you're not doing anything to them. Like you said, you've literally done nothing, right?
Outdoors kind of just been. I don't spend
Not
a whole lot
even
of time outdoors, man. I'm down here making fucking content. And then in the summertime, man, I'm DJing weddings every weekend as a part-time gig.
oh shit.
So I kind of like I don't have time to really grow outside, but I'm hoping eventually the weddings can come to a halt, and this can come a little bit more on board, and then hopefully I got time to do outdoors. But right now we run in, can't see it here, but we've got a 12 by 8 grow room built out of just like 2x4s, Panda film, and then some like wood cladding. And then over here we got a 2x4 tent from AC Infinity and another tent from another company that's going to go back. And then we'll have 2x4s over here, just little small grows, and then the big room for flowering. So
Nice. Yeah, I love your setup, man. It's nice and clean.
Nice. That's awesome.
Those are nice rooms.
The basement's kind of it's my man cave, right? Like if guy drank beer, he'd have a bar. I smoke weed, so I've got a grow room. And I've got my smoke area and my garden bench, and here's where all my computer and stuff set up here, so I kind of can do everything all in my own little studio down here. So it's been growing and getting better. So
yeah, nice. Yeah, that's awesome. My basement is like my little man cave as well, and it's got a long ways to go, but I got the 2x4, a 4x4. And I'm gonna be getting a 4x8.
Listen to
in a few weeks, hopefully. Yeah, I know. I'm super excited. Getting the just kind of diving in. It's super exciting. Hell yeah. Are you rocking like any IPM regimen inside?
basically,
Or what's
my wife's
what's
a
that
cleaner,
looking
so
like
my
for
wife
you?
runs a cleaning business. So cleanliness of my rooms is like top notch. The only thing I do if I am running into pest is I do use some like essential oils, or I'll use a bit of neem oil every now and then if I really have to. I try to stay away from it. But I clean my room pretty thoroughly. Lights come down every single run. Fans come out every single run. Floor gets scrubbed, and then my wife goes in after I clean it. She steam mops all the walls, steam mops all the equipment. Everything's like completely sterile. Then we spray it down with this peroxide mix. We kind of sterilize everything, and then it's a reset. Brand new bags. All my trays get washed. Everything, man. It's kind of like a full do the surgery, get out, start another surgery. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like that's the best way to go about it. Definitely like the wise way to go about it. Is that something you
when I
always did, or
invested
is that
in the
something you had
room,
to learn the
man,
hard
like
way?
I told myself, like I gotta keep this as clean as possible, because if I get an issue in there, it's gonna get inside the lumber, inside the floor, so on and so forth. So I had to build it properly. And when I built it properly, I was like, okay, I need to maintain this as best as possible. So I made an agreement with my wife. My wife smokes a lot of my weed. I grow it all. I trim 95% of it. She cleans
Mm,
up. She's the cleanup crew. She
mm.
comes in, empties all the bags,
Yeah.
gets all that stuff out to compost, and that's where she kind of plays a role in the little team.
Nice.
Yeah,
So it sounds like you're recycling soil then,
we use
or
most
your
of it out
cocoa,
in our
I guess.
garden outside, and our garden's outside. But it's brand new soil mostly 90% of the time down here, unless I've got like I've transplanted it and I
Cool.
just wasn't going to keep it and I pulled it early or something. But it's just a lot of work for me to kind of maintain it and use it down here for myself. So we just use it out in the outside gardens, which works kind of good.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's nice that you're able to kind
Yeah,
of
it
give it a
is, man.
second
Because
life
we're obviously going
in
to
a
run
way.
out of good soil eventually, so we've got to try to maintain it as much as possible.
Just the truth. Just the truth. Nice. What do you? Was there any like big mistakes that you made early on?
Watering in general. I just like I would have these like high thoughts of how
Too
the
much?
plant performed without actually like looking at science. So like for instance, if I had like
Uh-huh.
I had
Without looking
high
at science.
humidity in my room, at first I'd be like, okay, high humidity, so it's really humid in here. These girls need to drink up this water in their pot, or I'm gonna get like root rot or something's gonna go on. So I would just like crank the temperatures in the room, thinking that would like air off this humidity. Well, obviously that's not going to fucking work, right? Like I would do like non-scientific high thoughts like that, or I'd like water like a little bit every couple
Yeah.
hours for no fucking reason, or I'd like jam my finger down to touch stuff. Just overthinking and worrying about dumb stuff. I think you just need to relax, water them, have some
Yeah.
fun.
Mm. Mm.
I think overwatering is probably like
Yeah.
everybody's like nemesis at the beginning. How many like I don't know how many seedlings I'm after killing.
I buried so many, like just seeds gone, like water
Oh,
on top of
dude,
it's gone.
just
You don't even know where it is. Yeah.
oh yeah, water it and it just
Yeah.
into the black hole.
Dude,
I drank one.
yeah, and I have
before.
carpet in
I
my bit.
drank one of
Go
my
ahead.
seedlings before. I mean, yeah. I had like a bunch of blueberry kush in a cup. Gonna do the little pre-soak, put those in the things. Got thirsty because I was pasty because I was hot, and fucking down goes the blueberry kush.
Should announce out 2 days later, guys.
Oh god.
Okay. I should have just like shit it out like a civet cat or something. You know what I mean? Like
Some
fucking
Brussels
Get a little
sprouts.
autoflowers
That's
in
super-
the fucking toilet.
I did no
Yeah.
no auto.
Just gone
Or that
outside
whole,
for the next couple
flowers
days. It
there,
would have grown.
Have you never done auto,
I
Natty?
did the second grow. I did autos, and they were a good time.
Okay.
I had like they were a very mixed bag. There were 2 strains, but yeah, they came in like a very mixed bag of like heights and sizes and cola shapes, and you know what I mean. It's very inconsistent, but they were all really good.
Mm.
They were all really good. It was a train wreck and lamb's breath, and they were they were pretty solid. Like when they were all said and done, but it's not the same as having that amount of like control over a canopy if you want to like scrog it out and like kind of take your time and really like fill it in. But yeah, they were a great time. I'd run them outside here in Newfoundland if I had autos on me this spring. I would have put some outside for sure. I don't know if I'll run them indoors much. But now, besides the like 45-gallon pots, like when I'm doing veggies down there, you can just like throw a random auto in there from time to time, right?
Yeah, that's nice.
just hang out with the veggies and the flowers
That's
and
awesome.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. I produced a savage Thor's hammer out of those. Ooh, terp machine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So generally, do autos not have as much
Yeah, man.
kind of
The
terps
way I
and
describe
whatnot
it
as
is like,
photos?
take a high school basketball player and take Michael Jordan, man. Michael Jordan's been playing for a hell of a lot longer than that high school player. I don't care how good this high school player is. Michael Jordan should
Yeah.
beat that motherfucker every single time. Like
If you
that's the
shit all
weird
over
thing,
him,
right?
yeah.
Like you've got these
Yeah.
dudes that grow photos that are like, this is it and only that, and they kind of shit on people that grow autos. Autos still get you messed up, man. You can get like a 15%er, 20%er, and it's going to mess you up. I think people look at that THC content in an auto and they're like, oh, I'm not going to get high, man. I've been dabbing 1 gram dabs all week. You're going to get high, man. Like if you're doing 1 gram dabs,
Fuck yeah.
you're not doing, that's not for medicine, man. Come on.
Right? We need to sit you down and have a talk
Yeah.
about your mental state, right?
Memory
Like,
loss.
who the fuck hurt you, man? Who hurt you?
So like,
I did a gram jab for breakfast.
I think that's
Yeah.
why we still have such a bad name, man. Why weed has such a bad name. Like
God.
you got guys just like, oh, the fucking noses. They're like zombies. It's getting out of hand. But
Yeah.
so yeah, there is
Yeah.
a difference,
Yeah.
Ben. Big difference, man. Sorry.
Yeah, I remember seeing. Okay, yeah, it's all new to me. So, pardon me if I I
Yeah,
asked a lot of stupid
I love it.
questions. So a lot of newbie questions, at least. Cool. What advice would you? So like because you have a ton of experience with autos. So like what's some good kind of beginner advice? Like one thing you said is like don't overthink it, kind of chill out. What other kind of like some beginner
Besides,
advice
like
can you give to
just
someone who's
maintaining
interested in
a
growing
good
autos?
environment, which is smart in anything you're growing, whether it's autos, veggies. There's obviously an ideal temperature and humidity for these plants to excel, right? So that's number one. But the second biggest tip, man, would be make sure you're getting genetics from a reputable breeder or somebody that's at least been in autos for some time, right? Like I can make auto seeds tomorrow and they might turn out fantastic. Some will be great, some will be bad, some will be mediocre. You need to make sure that autos have been around for a while to be consistent. Some breeders, Fastbud Genetics is obviously one of my favorite. Mephisto Genetics, Night Owl. Some of these guys have been doing it for a decade or two. Those are where you're going to get a little bit more consistency and enjoy the autos a lot more.
Agreed.
Real quick, can you take a minute and just explain to someone who's like brand new to growing, has no idea the difference between photos and autos?
Yeah, so
just
the
like a
biggest
basic
difference
rundown of
is
what's
an
the main
autoflower
difference.
is going to flower without the change of any light cycle. So you can put them under any amount of light and they will flower automatically for you. A photo period, you're gonna grow that plant or veg that plant to whatever height you want it to be. You have a chance to manipulate it, train it, get that plant looking as big as beautiful as you want it to be before you decide to change that light cycle to 12-12. The cool thing about that is the auto is automatically going to do it for you. But the best thing about the photo is you're going to be able to get it as big as you want before you flip it. So it's kind of like being out there and picking which women you want to marry. You take your time, you get a good lady like mine that cleans your grow room. You know what I'm saying? You get that good perk. You
There
know what
you
I'm saying?
go.
You get that good
Scored the win. Got the W. I like it. Yeah, but hey, if still going and checking out your page and like seeing some of the grows that you've had and just the huge fucking colas that you're still getting, man. Like
Oh, you
it still seems like
That's
you're
where
getting a
those-
decent
Go ahead, Natty.
harvest.
Go ahead. I was gonna say that's where those good genetics come in too, right? Because like the breeders that you're talking about, like they are consistent with like fat colas and good bud sizes with a nice size of like biomass but not too much leaflet. There's a lot of ruderalis, the like autoflower, that usually comes out and it's very, very leafy.
Yep.
So you'll see these like they'll probably be great for like hash production, but not really great for somebody who's looking for that bud and looking for that flower. You know what I mean? So and you'll see that a lot, and that's why like I just want to touch on that when it comes to those genetics. That's why it's like really good like to reach out to like the good, stable, established autoflower growers, right? Because there's that's you see the colas, right? You see them on Joe's page and be like they're ridiculous, right? Big, they're full,
Yeah.
very good trichrome production. They look super healthy the whole time. So Yeah, it makes a difference, right? You don't want to get left with something that's just like a bunch of leaf matter, and you can't trim it. You don't like, you know what I mean? You don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Cool, cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool,
Yeah. Cool.
Cool, cool.
So
cool.
you have like some favorite strains that you smoke? Is there some like other favorite strains
Yeah,
that
my
you have to
favorite
grow?
autoflower that I've ever
Like,
grown.
is there some variation there?
It's always on my radar. I always cycle it through. Is the Gorilla Cookies from Fast Buds? It's the closest tasting autoflower comparable to this Oreo Big Stuff. Like it's right up there. We tested it. It came back at 23% THC.
Mm.
The terps on it are very, very flavorful. You're getting that Gorilla Cookies favorite flavor that you're getting from most. Massive colas, beautiful color. Like it was one of those exciting plants to grow, right? And also that was one of my biggest yielders, coming in at 7.5 ounces, which is massive for an autoflower. Massive.
Woo! Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, the Gorilla Cookies, and they crossed it brand new with all their new strains. So now they got the Cherry Cola, the Gorilla Zittles, the Strawberry Gorilla, all kinds of Gorilla strains. We actually did a live smoke test of them. I haven't grown them physically yet, but I got them from my boy Nickel City Grow, who you should have on the show. Unbelievable
Shout
autoflower
out.
grower. Shout out to Nickel. We did a live smoke test, man.
Yeah, for
Some
sure.
of these flavors are unreal. So I've got those here now, actually, because we do some giveaways for those over on the page. So
Nice. Hell yeah. That's awesome. So what's the future of growing looking like for you? Like if you could, say fast forward 1, 3, 5 years into the future,
my crazy
what's
pipe
the
dream?
dream? Is it to kind of
Here's my
move stuff
pipe
outdoor?
dream. I'll continue
Yeah,
to grow
absolutely. Hell
here
yeah.
in the basement. Growing will just be the same.
Yes.
We'll continue to do seed to harvest. But what I really want to do is I want to partner with AC Infinity, where I go and pimp grows. I want to fly to people's houses and pimp their grows. I want to take their grows, revamp them, get them set up with great genetics, great growing equipment, and help them start growing their own cannabis.
That's
man.
cool.
That's my pipe dream. That's what I want to do.
Dude.
That's pretty dope. Channel. I like that. AC Infinity,
Yeah.
you heard it here.
Take this man around.
Hit up
the world.
homeboy. Let's make it happen.
Maybe like a little maybe they just get me a
Hell
bus
yeah.
and I just travel around North America.
Yeah. Dude, I'll go with you.
Yeah, right. Like one of those Sprinter vans or something.
We could host like smoke offs.
Make it look like a giant fan.
Man, like
I'll cook, man.
Maybe we even just do a road show, guys. Maybe we even just do a road show. We could take a week in the summer. We could probably get like 12 of us, man. It'd be a good time.
Dude,
wouldn't it cost that much if we get enough people?
That would be
sponsors,
that'd be amazing.
Deckle the buses up. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Stop in the hydro shops all along the way. Do live events.
Man. We just need
see the boys.
Let's plan all this stuff.
We just planned it, didn't we?
Right? That would be
what the fuck?
We planned the idea.
What are you talking about? We got it all
Summer
figured
2024. We're going North America tour.
Here we come. Dude.
Here we go, man.
North America tour.
Good.
I don't know. It has to be something better than that.
Like we could just great marketing.
We could.
Right? It's funny. We go really well. We really start talking about growing. Boom, sidetracked.
Right? Yeah. No. But what about like what you were saying? Pimp your grow. Pimp your grow summer tour 2024. Here we go.
I can see you do that, man. I'd watch that.
Honestly though,
I would.
Oh, it would be fun.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
We got that, and we're also the show with Fast Bud Genetics is going to be pretty cool too, man. It's getting better and better every week. We're bringing on pretty cool guests. It's an interactive show where we actually got some games that we're working on too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I kind of want to bring in.
So it's the Cannaflix.
Yeah, Cannaflix is what it's called. And
can you talk about that a little bit?
It's a 1 hour show, usually every other Sunday. Next week we got Homegrow TV. The week after that we've got I forget his name. I'll forget. Anyways, and we're trying to get Mr. Snuck Crows, but I don't think he's going to come on. And if you guys ever want to come on and talk autos as well, then reach out to Fast Buds. Anybody's listening to this now because we're looking for guests. So.
Nice. Hell yeah. I mean, I don't know why Mr. Canucks would not like reach out to you after you made that reel. I mean, like you guys were just hanging out, so I don't understand. Like,
so
what the hell,
man? Like that guy's done
that was
much
hilarious.
for the community, and part of the reason why I want to collaborate with him is because I feel like he's involved in the community, but I'd like to really get him in here. We almost need him. We need that energy. We need that funness because he's a fucking character, man. He's a character, and I want to see him. I want to meet him. I want to hang out with him.
Hmm.
He's done so much for us, man. He's motivated me to start doing what I'm doing, and I'm sure we motivate people. You motivate people, and there's people that are watching this and are motivating people. So I think that guy deserves a fucking pat on the back, man.
Yeah.
He's made history, and he's going to be a big part of it.
Definitely.
Nice. Yeah. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Let's hop a little bit back into content a little bit. So like, first of all, I just want to give you mad props once again, because like, yeah, you've been making so much content, and essentially, like, I was looking when you first started, like way back in 2019, and like consistently, like not even just like one a day. It's like I saw one where it's like 3 a day, and then like 2 a day, and you're just fucking,
Yeah,
you're
I
just
can't
knocking
wait
it
for
out,
it to,
dude.
like,
So like
hit.
mad
I
props
haven't
to
had
you
it,
first
like,
off.
I never had a hit. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't had a video really do
Slow
really well.
burn.
I haven't had a video like really
No?
do well. Like maybe like
Yeah, what's
What's
16,000,
the best it's done?
20,000.
what's like the
Really?
I think my page might be like shadowed or something.
Did
Like
you
some
hop
of them
on?
I'm like, and maybe this is just because I made them. Yeah, some of
Probably.
my reels I'm like, man, that's
And
a
you do mostly
fucking good
reels,
one.
right?
That's gotta, like, someone's got to at least use the audio or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
And anyways,
Yeah.
but it's all good, man. I mean, I'm here just to fucking show my garden. Some of them I just make them because I'm here high watching something. I'm like,
Sure.
God, that just gave me an idea, and I'm just laughing at myself making it. My wife's upstairs, she's like, "What the fuck are you laughing
Yeah.
at?" I'm like, "Oh, you gotta see this!" And I'm like losing it laughing because I made something ridiculous, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know like exactly how true this is, but I've heard that it does work. This guy, True Nature Grows, he recommends if you pay
No.
Instagram to boost a post like once a month, like just $5-10, something small. Since you're paying Instagram
Really?
money, then you won't get shadow banned.
Uh,
Supposedly it works. Yeah, like
I don't know, man.
I can't
I've
speak
had
for
like
sure, but
my clothing company, or well, not my clothing company, the clothing company that, like, I don't know why I'm pointing there. I'm wearing my own shirt. I have my own. I have myself on myself. Damn it. They paid for ads, and they had like a hard time. Yeah, like getting like still wouldn't. Yeah, they were just like still shadow banned,
Yep.
or they'd like pay to get their ads out there, and they're selling just like clothing. And Instagram would just like shit all over it.
Yeah,
Legit
yeah,
businesses.
exactly.
So like I don't know if I pay them
Fuck
anything.
you.
They've been such assholes to us.
Yeah, maybe it's different for a
you see
business.
some of them like
than
you even look
Like
at
such a bag of
you look
dicks.
at Natty's page was
just true.
going like this, man, for a while.
Oof.
It was like fucking.
Yeah.
I remember, man, because that's when I seen it. Like I didn't even know who Natty was, and all of a sudden this fucking Natty guy's like, woo, and then now it's like boom.
Oh man,
happened,
flatline.
Taken
and like
off.
then
Yeah, and like
the Perta Tools too is like, whoo. And I'm hoping it doesn't level off on you, but I never
Yeah.
had that. Like, I kind of just been like, do. Like I get like 1,000 every couple months or something. It's always been like that. So I'm from a little town too. So
Sure. Huh. Yeah.
maybe that, but I don't do anything either. Like I don't like SEO or like put hashtags. I just kind of post it. I'm old school that way. I'm just lazy, I guess. I don't know.
One of the Instagram like creative influencer person that I follow, Brock something. A recent strategy that he started doing maybe like a month ago or so is no hashtags. So it's definitely a strategy. Actually, it's something I've been trying. I have no idea if it's working or not, but because there definitely is some hashtags that are like
Yeah, I
that
would
are
agree.
banned, right? And if you use them,
Yeah.
then that's going to do you more
Yeah,
harm
yeah.
than good.
and they like
So-
they won't come up while you're typing them in.
Yeah.
But if you type the whole banned hashtag in, you can type it
Exactly.
in there and end up getting like a shadow ban.
So mad.
And they won't tell you. And they're like, you know what I mean? That's the stupid thing. Is like, there's no like, hey, are you sure you want to do that? Hey, that's a hidden one. Are you sure you don't want to use that? There's no like warnings from Instagram. You're just like, they'll just like flatline.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
the last few weeks, they've been kind of taking their chains off me. If I don't use hashtags, I get this like big thing from Explore page. Like I'm in the explore page everywhere. If I use hashtags, I'm just in hashtags. But the other day I used one, I probably used one they didn't like, or maybe I cursed a little bit too much. So now it's like the like chains are back on again for probably a few more days. And it's just like barely showing it to your followers, right? It's kind of
Jeez.
wild, like how you could watch. It's like, you know, like some posts will be, you know, to 8,000 of your followers, or the next post could be like 200 of your followers and 8 to 10,000 people. It's really weird how they show your content and how they put it out there and what they restrict and why, and it never tell you anything you've done wrong unless you get like an actual straight up violation.
No.
Yeah. Oh my
And
god.
you
Oh
can't
my
get
god.
hold of
Oh my
them.
god.
Can't get
Where's
hold of
my
anyone.
phone? I got one of my first violations. I've had like 3 or something like that, and I appealed one because they were all bullshit. One I could appeal, and it was straight bullshit. That was 2 years ago. Like 3 days ago, I got a notification that my appeal was not selected. I didn't even know what it was. We're talking like 2 years ago or some shit like that, and. Right? I just got a notification for it just
That's
the
some
other day.
shit.
It's like, come on, boys. Like,
Yeah.
right? Why even?
What's the
Why
point?
even send me something about that? Like,
And then you
ugh.
like,
Yeah,
there's girls
exactly.
on there like titties
Yeah.
out breastfeeding,
Yeah,
man,
if
and I
it-
can't show a cola. Like, wild. I don't get it. I'm dead serious, man. Look, It's on my. It's on my.
Oh man, you can look at all the
Yeah,
pages that follow us.
yeah.
Like when your page is like doing well, like usually all the scam pages come in or all the fake pages come in. Like, look, I don't know how many like pictures of rock cocaine I've seen and ecstasy and prescription pills, guns for sale, and an account being like message here for drugs and whatever else you need. You could like
Yeah.
Instagram don't give a shit
Right.
about that page. Like, oh no, I don't see anything wrong here at all. Actually, yeah, we're gonna let that go. Is that a picture of a fucking marijuana plant? I'm gonna crush you.
Oh my god.
They're a legal pharmacy.
Ugh.
Yeah. I guess the lack of clarity of just like we know shadow banning is a thing, but like what causes you, and I guess like people guess, right? Of like, yeah, using hashtags and like showing certain stuff and like whatnot, but it's like there's just huge lack of transparency that is just like makes Instagram and Facebook, because owned by, right? Instagram's owned by Facebook, just look like straight
man.
trash.
Just let me post what I want to post, man. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
And it's completely
the other
fucking
thing,
legal where
right?
you are. It'd be one thing if it was like, you know, illegal, which is obviously we can all agree is a bunch of
And if
bullshit.
you want to shut me down, if you think I'm selling illegal goods, keep an eye on my DMs or look at the links that I'm sending these people to. Like, I have hundreds of people ask me like, where do I get seeds? I don't even tell them where to get seeds. Where can you buy weed? I don't tell them any of that. I'm like, unfortunately, I can't tell you where to find any of that stuff. I don't get involved with any of that stuff that's like gray area. You want to find out where to find a light, I can send you there. But seeds, I'm not happening. I'm not telling you. Even like they ask, where do I get fast buds? DM them. I'm not fast buds. I'm Joe. That's who I am. Right? Funny how I had to clarify that. I'm high right now. I'm Joe.
I Joe.
I Joe. No fast buds.
I Joe. I Joe.
Oh shit.
I hope they clip out just Natty doing that right there and just
Right.
have that. Yeah. That's so great. Okay, let's
Joe, hi.
Hi, Joe.
Oh shit.
That's great. That's fucking great. Let's switch gears a little bit and talk about cannabis and parenting. You're a parent, you use cannabis, and I'm
some
sure you've
people give
gotten
you a hard
plenty of
time.
shit.
My rule is this, man. My
Potentially
kids
for
can't
that.
touch the plant. Obviously, can't smoke the plant because I'm smoking all. But I ain't gonna let them fucking smoke it. You know what I mean? Let them grow their own weed. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking, man. Listen, my kids aren't allowed to touch it. They're obviously not allowed to smoke it. When they do become age, I hope that they come and ask me about it. But they know about the garden. They've been in the garden. They've helped me film a couple reels. They've been involved in a couple reels. I treat it like someone would treat a glass of wine, man. I don't drive around them or smoke around them. Like I
Exactly.
wouldn't smoke and drive. I wouldn't smoke with them around me in the room. If I'm outside and they're away from me, I would smoke it. But it's more open now, man. I'm just trying to hope that they realize that and they don't treat it like a drug. I think that's why people say that weed's like this gateway drug. Well, our parents made us think that this weed was fucking gonna kill us and make us lose our mind. I mean, and then we tried that.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
the only way weed could be a gateway
Yeah.
drug is if your parents
Right.
like really pushed you not against it. And you're like, what else are they lying about? I'm gonna try X.
Right?
That's the only way it happened.
Right.
Quit lying to your kids. Like, my kids have my 12-year-old. He's in junior high, and people talk about drugs and stuff in those ages already. And he's asked me a few questions like, "What are shrooms? What is acid?
Yeah.
What are these things?" And I explain to him what they are, and tell him, "Listen, you should stay away from them. They can really mess up your mind at a young age. And at some point, if you want to try something like this, come to me. And if we think it's a good deal, then maybe or a good idea, not a good deal."
Priorities, man. Fucking priorities.
Rewind.
That's awesome.
Make sure it's a good deal.
Come on.
That's how I'm hoping it works. And my wife's the same way. She's pretty open about it.
Yeah.
I think they kind of almost take advantage of it a little bit too. Like I think they know, like, oh, Dad just smoked a joint and he's barbecuing. I could probably get him to throw the frisbee with me or throw the football with me, something like that. I think they kind of like. I think they know, right? But it's I don't even know if they'll try it, man. They don't like the smell of it or anything like that. So it's like maybe it'd be a good blessing in disguise. But it is sketchy.
Yeah. For it's as a father, do you like? I think I remember hearing you say when you were on Natty's podcast. Shout out to Cooked and Caffeinated. Like one thing that you like doing is taking a bong rip and then going throwing the football or frisbee or something like that with the kids. So essentially, like it's allowing you to kind of, or it's giving you like a deeper connection.
Yeah,
kind of
well,
like
it makes
be
me
more
just
in the moment
feel like a kid
with
again,
your kids.
man. Like
Is that a fair
I don't
statement?
have that energy, right? That I would normally have. So, like, if I was to describe a bong rip to me, it's like someone that drinks a coffee or an espresso. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink energy drinks. I basically drink like water and some apple juice, beer every now and then. But my bong rip is like, that's my coffee when I'm after work, when I'm feeling a bit tired. Come down, take a bong rip, gets me the energy. I get upstairs, I cook supper, we get all that ready. And that's how I get through the day, right? Like, that's what makes me kind of back to level.
Yeah. I feel like for me, like I'm still trying to find the right strain, but it's the exact same. Like typically, or like I've had a lot of experiences where if I go smoke that right strain, it just like I just get all this energy and creativity, and exactly as you said about like it makes you kind of act like a kid again a little bit. It's like your mind is like less inhibited and you're more it's novel experiences. Much more things are just like they feel like it's a first time kind of interacting and seeing that frisbee flying in the air, and just like
my
life
mind
just
down a
becomes
bit too, and makes me
fascinating,
just
like you're a kid again kind
think
of thing.
things
So,
through
yeah,
a little
totally
bit.
get it.
Like, I've always been one of those types of guys, like growing up, like if I lost my temper was gone. Like I would lose my temper and I would get angry, and I still do to this day. Like obviously I'll lose my temper from time to times and things like that. But I find if I have a puff, I can slow down my mind and my thinking, kind of catch myself before anything like that might happen. So I'm a better dad in that sense, where I can really handle things that maybe I should be stern about. I can deliver it in a more realistic tone and more like a friendship father than that really asshole father that I have to be from time to time, right? So I try to take advantage of those moments too.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Well, yeah, thanks for talking to us about that. I feel like it's a very taboo and subject of like parents smoking and using cannabis, and I think it's because like everyone thinks that like you're a pothead, you're gonna go veg out on the couch, and I don't know if everybody thinks that, but put him up. But yeah, it's everyone like I feel like the stereotype is you're gonna go take your bong rip and then just go fucking sit on the couch and like do fucking nothing all day, and like that's not the case whatsoever. So like you are a shining example of that, Tim as well.
Yeah, man. There's lots of us,
and
and it's kind
plenty
of
of other
cool that
people out
some of
there
these
too.
people actually bring
So.
kids in and showcase, bring them in. It is cool.
That's
Fucking
most of
cats.
us.
Your cats don't
As
count,
I
Natty,
stare
I'm
at my
sorry.
broken computer screen, as the cat knocked it down 30 minutes before showtime and smashed it. Thanks,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah. Got that all
Yeah.
cleaned up before
Fun
we
fact.
started here.
Yeah.
I got a question for you,
Yeah.
Joe. Did your parents smoke?
Oh
Cool.
man,
We're like,
no. And this is a
No?
pretty cool story too, actually. So my parents are like really, really against it. Like they hate it. But like once they seen my platform that I've been able to grow and this cool small community that I've been able to grow, and they see people interacting in the chats, they jump in on a live chat and you can really see and almost feel some of those, right? Like some of those lives come to life, man, and we have so much fun in them, right? And they see that and they kind of see what we're doing, and now my dad like comes over and he's sharing it with his friends. So he'll come over with a little jar, I'll fill it up, he'll go have coffee with his buddies and share it with those. And he showed up the other day with a bunch of Fiskars that he found at the flea market that were on sale.
Awesome.
Like he realizes that my kid's pretty damn normal. I didn't even know he smoked weed this long. So it's coming around. And for the first time ever, 2 weekends ago, my dad got high with me and my brother up. And here's the way the story went. Me and my brother just recently started smoking in front of my parents, and they're not really against it. They're kind of easy going with it. Before we'd like walk away and smoke a joint and kind of hide it. We're smoking the joint. My dad goes, pass me that. And I'm like, okay. So I passed him and he goes and holds it in like he thinks he's going to get high, or blows it out, hands it back. Me and my brother continue to smoke it. He goes, no, hand that back. He does the same thing again. 5 minutes later, my dad's a chatter. You can tell by how long the story's going already. Dad, 5 minutes in, he's like, I gotta go have a nap. He was done.
Cool.
That's beautiful though. That's amazing that they were able to, come around to it. And essentially, it's probably just
my mom was on a
time
live
and
show.
experience
We
and
called
just
my mom,
seeing you with
like
it.
live through the show. Asked her a few things.
Yeah.
A couple people followed her on Instagram, which is pretty funny. And like she'll be in public now, like, and like there's a few grow shops around town that I obviously buy from, and they know about my content. So my mom works at Costco, and they'll be like, "Oh, I know your son, Basement Autoflowers." So it's kind of like funny that way too. So I'm in a small town, so it's kind of fun how people are kind of seeing us grow too.
Yeah,
it's cool to share all that together.
Hell yeah, that's awesome, man. Cool. Well, Tim, Natty, you guys got anything else for him?
Well, now that you've grown a photo, I mean, and that you started with autos, I mean, would you go back and do autos again to start with, or would you start it with
photo
photos?
run was just so relaxing for me, man. Like right now, I haven't been in that room all day with the autos, man. I was in there all the time, like worried, looking for them, wondering what was going on, panicking about overwatering. These ones here, man, I got time, right? Like, it don't matter if I flip them today, tomorrow, next week, next year, man.
Because you start out thinking those autos are going to be so simple, and then that first one comes out such a runt, and you're like, "What I do?"
Yeah, man.
And then that first photo you do, you're just like, "I'm going to ignore it."
Not as much work either, right? But
giant.
The thing I like with the auto is that quick turnaround. So we're still going to grow autos. Fully invested in that for sure.
Great for outdoors.
Great for
especially
vertical
like our
farming.
short seasons.
You've got like a botanical garden out there. I don't even know how the hell you even.
Woo,
like I feel like all you do.
Hey, you see my potatoes? You see my fucking
Natty
potatoes?
wakes up. He says hi to all of us.
He goes outside. It's green.
He probably does a dab before that or something. And he fucking gardens all day. All day. Goes for a hike.
Pretty well.
Come on, man. I don't know how you have the energy, man.
Gets heat stroke.
I was gonna say that.
Oh man, I got a little fucked up the other day. I've been inside for a few days now. Yeah, the potatoes are as high as my chin. They're up to the top of my chin now.
That's funny.
The sunflowers, tomatoes everywhere. There's beans and peas and kuka melons and sugar baby watermelons, and cucumbers, and there's cover crop everywhere. Oh, I love it. The clover, I did my front
Awesome.
and back lawn in clover. So, like, that's really starting to take off now. That looks beautiful.
You won't even have to mow that,
And
will ya?
No, not really, man. And when you do mow, it looks like grass. So, like, you mow it, it looks like a beautiful lawn of grass. You let it grow out, it doesn't get tall. It grows flowers. It's really pretty, man. And we've got flagstone and stuff in back. So, like, the clover going through the flagstone pathway and stuff, it's like Hobbit Town back there. I love it, man.
That's so awesome. Literally told my lady today, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
for our
That's the
grass,
worst.
we can just grow
Dude,
clover.
like,
Natty
I'm
does it. It
honestly,
looks great. Let's
I'm
fucking do
more
it.
excited to grow
Yeah,
veggies
that's awesome.
and stuff down in those 4 large pots downstairs again than I am to do another run of flour in there. And I've not even done that, like, first run of flour. I really want to get back into having, like, just all that fruit and veggie and flowers and grains, like, indoor year round like that. Like, come
Just
on,
something
man.
about it too, man. Like I went
Oh.
fishing for the other day for like the first time since I was a kid, man. And like growing and fishing,
Ooh.
there's something that's inside of us, man, just from like the day we were born. Like when I hooked onto one of those fish, man, the excitement that went through my body was like ecstatic. And I feel like that's the same way. Like, Natty, you got so much cool fruits and vegetables on the go, man. Like you're gonna be
Oh,
harvesting
man.
things that you've never harvested before in your life, I imagine.
I'm having handfuls of cucamelons
I don't even know
every
what the fuck
day
a
for the last,
cucamelon
like, 3 or
is,
4
man.
days. Dude, they're like these
Like,
tiny little, like, cucumber melon
Right?
things. They're like this big, and they're
they
like
sound
little lemons.
delicious.
I have some here. If you'd like
I
to
would
see
probably
some.
eat a couple
They're adorable.
cucamelons a day, man, if I lived by you. They sound delicious.
They're
Cucamelons.
tasty as
Going crazy for
they're
the
super tasty.
cucamelons.
Right? Probably so much better.
And it's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
fun,
but yeah, you
guys,
can
man.
grow
You
anything
guys are
indoors like that.
I like
you
what
know?
you guys are
awesome.
doing over here. I love your page, man. I love the fucking reels. Natty, you know I fucking love you, bud. We're gonna connect.
Love you,
NorCal,
Thank
man.
you.
Nice to meet you, buddy. Where can
We
I
need
find
to
you at?
do some more together.
Where can I find you? Perfect. I'm gonna we're
Been
definitely gonna link up
fantastic, man.
over there. Thanks for
I'm
having
just
me
mostly
on,
on
man. I
Instagram
appreciate
here, so I think you
Yeah,
actually
this has
just
been
followed
great.
me like a week
it.
ago or
I love
something.
it. I'm
So
gonna go check it out.
yeah.
Now I got a
There you
face,
go.
man. I feel like
Hell
I got
yeah.
another buddy, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
100%. Joe.
Fuck yeah. Hey, Grower Joe, I
Hi.
really appreciate you coming on the show, man. This has been great.
Ah, ah, ah.
Hi, Joe. Seriously, I really hope they take all of these different clips of Natty just being an animal.
I'd get up and do a
fucking
full
put 'em
gorilla
together.
walk if
It'd
I
be a
was
great
behind this
reel.
little desk here right
Yeah,
now. Cheers, everybody.
that's awesome. Well, hey, everyone who's tuning in, I appreciate you tuning in. And we'll catch you in the next one.